Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Troofalay episode. As always, it's your boy Jay, and today we have a special guest, a boxer on the rise. We have my guy, Norb.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
you guys, thank you for having me.
Yep, no problem, my guy. Glad we can do it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, man. So, local fighter, you're training at your house, at the gym, and all that. So, I guess where we can start is like, because I know we talked a little bit before.
Yeah.
Like, take me back to 2016, and then how did that process go?
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it stems off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going a long time ago, starting from my pops. You know what I mean?
Right.
Growing up around boxing and martial arts and all that.
Yeah.
But going back to 2016, now, that's when I was gaining a little weight. You know what I mean? I was playing sports in high school, but like that don't really keep the weight off you, especially once the sport's over, it's like, now what do I do? You know what I mean? You're back to just chilling, going to school. So I noticed I put mad weight on. I'm like, yo, what the? So I'm like, yo. So I was always like in and out of boxing. I'll go to the gym, I'll train, but never really consistent with it. But I don't know what happened. Just this year, the new year came. I'm like, yo, I got to change up. I just started boxing all of a sudden, and nothing crazy. I just started shadow boxing in my room, you know what I mean? When I told my dad I wanted to box, he's like, what? He's like, what? You know what I mean? Because I was in the band, the marching band and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, everybody sees a marching band kid, they're like, what? To go into something so crazy. But I was like, yo, I want to do this. He's like, all right, get down in the right weight category. Right. You know what I mean? Then we'll do some talking. So that's when 2016 started. Started dropping weight from there. Yeah. And I noticed, like, I was staying real consistent. That's when like I said, I really dug in. And every 3 months was dropping weight. I'm like, oh crap. So literally by the end of 2016, I dropped I went from 230 to, we'll say, like 170. Woo. Yeah, so that's like 60 pounds plus, you know? So, and my dad was still like, maybe not, we'll still wait, even though now I'm in the right shape. But he's been there, he's done that. So now that I'm so many years in, I see why he was hesitant to let's throw you in there. You know what I mean? Because
it's a big thing.
So like I said, coming from just sports and marching band and shit like that, he really wasn't like, until he saw my seriousness. Right. So now we're a year in. I'm still training. Comes 2017, I'm still training shit every day, and I'm like, Dad, man, I really want to get in there and spar. You know what I mean? That was the big thing for me now, like going in there and spar, see what I got. He's like, oh, we'll wait a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you need to get some more footwork. I'm like, come on. You know what I mean? Give him a little attitude. One day he's like, all right, you know what I mean? He throws me in there with my brother, who's my oldest brother, and he's professional. You know what I mean? So he was alongside training with me, but he's pro. So he's like, all right, we'll throw you in there with Ray. You know. And obviously, you can just imagine how it turned out. You know what I mean? I'm in there, boom. It ain't the same as when you're alone in your room.
Yeah, no, it's
you know what I mean?
Difference.
So that humbled me a lot. You know what I mean?
I bet.
So that definitely humbled me, but just kept training. And then now we're talking 2018. So I literally stayed consistent for 2 years. Yeah. Trained, stay under his tutelage. And finally, my first fight came, dude. And man, I was super ready to go. I still remember, dude. And it happened in Albany. Okay. At I forget the name. It's on Quail Street, Albany Boxing Club. Okay. But it was there, and it was my first fight, dude. And I almost didn't have a fight. They're going through all the people, and then they're like, "Oh, we got another guy, and it's his first fight. You guys want to do it? Heck yeah!" Went in there, dude. Had the most craziest fight ever, dude. I ended up fighting a southpaw, which if you know anything about boxing, they're tough.
A little different.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. So. Went in there against a southpaw, and I've never trained against a southpaw. You know what I mean? Like, never really worried about that because that's just so like you really don't see that till you turn pro. Yeah. So I went in there, dude. I was getting cracked with left hands. Just I remember getting cracked, and I got my friends in the crowd. I'm like, yo. So I'm like, but I knew in my head, I'm like, I got this. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. So I was feeling the hits getting in, and I'm like, you got this. Stay calm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Second and third round, he didn't have anything left. You know what I mean? So he drained himself, and I was on him those rounds, and I ended up taking that. There you know? Boom. So that was just the big beginning was right there in 2018, coming off of 2 years of training. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't see is that big lead up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the really surprising part is that, for 2 years, you stuck at something without having any actual evidence of having something already established, like having a fight. Like, it was just you grinding it out
exactly
for 2 years
with a dream, basically, like
a hope,
vision,
a dream, like just to even land a fight, not even going pro yet. I just want to get in a fight first.
Right, exactly.
So
get in the circuit. So
I think that's awesome because it shows a level of consistency, a level of dedication that you don't always see in people.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like,
or will diminish quick.
Right,
People have it for the first couple months, and then it don't go their way.
Like,
then they want to stray from it.
And it's crazy because I think with consistency is something that's like with anything else in life. It has to be there. Like before the discipline comes, before the faith comes, before the belief, consistency is what's going to get you across the line.
100%.
You still have to have the energy to wake up the next day and go do it.
Do it all over again. Yes.
You got to have that.
I feel like that word right there, consistency, is like my big word for this year. You know what I mean? Like, that is it. The consistency, dude. Like, we were talking off this, and you said you could go 2,000 days straight. That 2001 day, you might hit it, man. Somebody might catch you. And you never know. So being consistent, that's what I'm awesome.
Here. So that was your first fight.
Right.
And then you got a W on that one.
Correct.
And then after that, you already had people lining up fights for you?
Yeah. So Bob Miller, who is a promoter, RIP, nice. Bob Miller out there, shout out to him. He was promoting my brother at the time, professional, finding my brother professional fights. So once he saw that, what I mean? He was like, oh crap, this kid might be something.
Right.
So he was keeping an eye on me. And I wouldn't say after my first fight it happened. I would say after my second one that he was like, oh crap, let me specifically focus on him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I said, that was after my second fight, so my first fight, I fought 165. My dad felt like I cut a little bit too much. He's like, for this second fight, he's like, just train. He's like, just train. We're not going to focus on weight. Whatever weight you come in at, we're going to fight at. Boom. You're ready to go. I'm like, all right, Dad, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So we get there, we get to the fight, and this is March of that same year.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. So, or no, I'm lying. So March was my first fight.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe April. So maybe the month after.
There we go. Okay.
I'm having my second fight.
Nice.
I come in a little bit heavier this time, 173. Yep. So now I'm in a new category. And there was this guy out there at the time, that was in this category, 180 pounds.
Shoot.
And my brother was already telling me, yo, I'm not going to say the name of this guy, but he's like, yo, keep an eye out for this guy. He's like, he's not in our category, but he's out there being reckless, and his name's out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And this dude's knocking people out there, you know what I mean? But we weren't really worried because I'm like, all right, he's not in my weight class. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lo and behold, we get there. I'm more heavier now than 165. I'm 8 pounds heavier. Somehow me and this guy get matched up. So I'm in 180-pound category, and this dude is, muscles, diesel as hell, looks like a bodybuilder. But I was already confident in that. Yeah. Because everybody knows muscles don't win fights. You know what I mean? And especially in boxing, it helps. But when you know the technical boxing. Yeah. So I already had the confidence that my boxing was going to be superior to his. Yeah, for sure. So we'll fast forward. We get through this fight. And I barrel through this guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? One of my best fights technically. And I was so nervous. Yeah. But the nerves and everything made me so technical at that point. And I feel like that was really one of my best fights. And we went all 3 rounds. The dude was hardcore, and we were like head up sometimes, dude. And I was exhausted after. Yeah. But I earned the win after that. You know what I mean?
There you go, man.
So to go back to your question now, if they were like setting things up for me after. Now, once Bob was in control, seeing these fights, my first and second, here comes my third fight now. Yep. He's like, yo, we're having a fight at Lanzy's on the Lake. Now, this is Lanzy's, you know what I mean? So this is close to my hometown. He's like, yo, this will be good for you. We'll get your people out there. He's like, we'll put you on the main event. I'm like, oh, crap. So here it is, my third fight, dude. And I'm already nervous from the first one. Now I'm nervous in the second one. 2-0 now. And now I'm going into my third. They want to make me the main event. And I just feel like all the pressure is on me. Lanzy's on the Lake, close to the hometown, there you go, like I said. So that's when they started, you know what I mean? Like, put me on the stuff. Yeah. Third fight, we took care of that. It was against Canada. Main event came. Boom. Got that out the way. 3-0 now. And nice. You would think that, like, when you have, like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, you're like, oh, I'm the shit. Yeah. It was, like, the complete opposite for me.
Yeah, bro. I feel
it was, like, the more that was happening to me, I'm, like, the more nervous I'm going to get.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, I got this third guy. Is the fourth guy going to give me trouble? You know what I mean? Or I'm more focused about the O. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I felt like I had a lot of pressure. Even though it's amateurs, the O don't matter. You know what I mean? But me coming off, I was so hype off the 2 years. Now 3-0. Yeah. And now they set me up another fight the following year. So now we're talking 20... 2019.
2019. Yep.
And this guy wants to have his first fight. Ooh. That is in with Bob Miller and them.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm already 3-0. This guy's coming for his first fight, so that told me, I'm like, yo, I better train my ass. Yeah, you know, and because I can't let this guy come in his first fight, take this from me.
Yeah.
So Bob hooked that up for me, you know, and that one was in Saratoga. That was a good fight, and we went, took that one. You know what I mean? That one I trained so hard. They were gonna let me come in at 170.
Yeah.
I came in at 159, dude. It was the funniest thing, dude. I trained so hard, bro. Wasn't worried about the scale. I just knew my training was on point. Dude, I went to the fight. I get on the scale, 159. Yo, I backed up. I'm like, I'm supposed to fight at 170 today.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, we can't allow you to gain 10 pounds.
We can't allow you to gain 10 pounds.
So I'm like, oh crap. So I'm all worried and shit. And the dude weighs in. He's 170. He's all hype and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I go to Bob. I'm like, dude. He's like, go eat something. He's like, then we'll let you go in on the scale again. So I went, had a little sub, you know, put a phone in my pocket and some change. Yeah. Get back on the scale. I was like 163, 164. So they let it happen then. There you go. You know? So that was my fourth win. Yeah. And that was when I secured the fourth one. And then basically after that, we just started entering the tournaments and stuff like that. It wasn't so much like, all right, let's get you this, let's get you that. Like, you know what I mean? He did the Landsies. Then he did that one for his boy. Okay, and then basically now we were just finding fights after that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and like I said, that was my fourth fight. So
yeah, nice, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, it goes to show, like, with the training, like when you do that at a level of where like you have nothing but confidence. Yeah, it's gonna show.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's gonna show every single time when you're a confident person in what you're doing. You know, whether you feel like a rookie, whether you feel like you're in the middle or this or that. Right. Like you go out, show them. Things are just gonna get reciprocated.
Exactly, like, and that's just off the confidence, like you said. That's gonna bring you that energy. You know what I mean? That you need. Yeah. So that's very important. Yeah. And sometimes, like you said, you be down on yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not this, I'm not that, or how come I'm not where this guy's at? You know what I mean? But it's all about focusing on yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what am I gonna do today for a better tomorrow type of deal. Exactly, bro. So it's all day by day. It's and not day by day. Yeah, not looking at anybody else's journey. Yeah. You know? I think that's a big thing.
And it's a good thing you say that, because I feel like people don't focus on getting their grass green enough. Right. And always staring at their neighbor's yard. Yup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you couldn't have said that any better.
It's something where like coming up, growing up, this and that, like, you know, I realized that something very early is that nobody's ever going to come and save you. Yeah. You know, you as a 100%. Man, you got to handle the challenges that are ahead of you. Yep. Right then and there. Yeah. So if you are doing something where, you know, boxing is such a skill set that like requires so much discipline, so much stamina, consistency, right? That it's like if you can apply that to other aspects of your life as well, yes, bro. Your potential is unlimited.
Exactly, I mean, and dude, that is such a great point that you brought that up, because like you said, anything, like you said, the podcast even. Yeah. If somebody's a good artist, like you said, that consistency or whatever, that passion that you put into the art or into the podcast, it's gonna go into your life. Like just a regular interaction with somebody. Let me talk with them. Let me build them up. Let me give them confidence. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because I feel good in what I'm doing, let me tag that along. And it stems. Yeah. Is what it does.
It does, and it allows you to grow. Yeah. It allows you to grow with like. And that's why, like, I really admire people who are always just doing something. Right. Like, I know I have a certain agenda to do today. Let me go and do it. Yeah. Like, whether you have a business, whether you don't, whether you're building a brand, this or that, like, if you're not used to at least, like if you have a job, if you're not used to waking up early and getting up and going to work, how are you going to do anything outside of that?
You're right.
Because it's going to be tough. You got to have, like, a set series of steps to get you through that.
Yeah, you know, it's sort of a discipline. You know what I mean? Like you said, you got to put it in somewhere, or else, like you said, you're not going to get much done. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And you're not going to be a productive person. Yeah. And because people, like you said, before they get up for work, even let's say they get up for work. Yeah. Oh, I already put my work in for today. You know what I mean? Right. I got up early and I worked for the man, we'll say, you know what I mean? And they forget to focus on themselves. Yeah. So it's like when you see somebody, they're at the gym before work.
Yeah.
And then they go home and shower. Then they go to work. They're putting that time in. They got the same hours as you.
Yeah.
But they're using it wisely.
They're using it. Yeah.
And I get some people, some people are comfortable and it's hard for people to get up. But if you really want something, you gotta find where you're faulting at. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's always a fault if you're not where you're at and you want to be.
I think it's something where you have to ask yourself the certain questions that nobody else is going to ask.
Exactly.
For you.
Yes.
Because
being self-accountable.
Right.
I'd say. Yeah.
Accountability, because it's huge. Mm-hmm. And I think if I'm honest, I think we just live in a time where people do the bare minimum and think it's more than enough.
Yeah. Or they want so much recognition.
Because you worked on that project for 10 minutes doesn't mean it's gonna get over the line.
Yeah.
It's like,
or that you deserve an X amount of like a reward or something like that.
The way I see it, show me your reasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I'm talking about you in a conversation, give me a reason I can be like, no, he's doing that because he's nice with this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just, it feels like people don't have a will to want anymore.
Yes.
It was certain
and they're
things.
Willing to
you know what I'm
settle,
saying? Talk about settle. That's a good word.
Yeah. And I'm guilty of it. That's why, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk and say too much. You know what I mean? It hurts somebody's feelings. But maybe them seeing this will be like, maybe I am that person.
It's wake up.
Let me take some self accountability.
Wake up. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get up tomorrow and change my life.
There you go.
Just takes one day, dude.
It's before, when you just got here, what we were talking about is before that. It's you're accountable for your own life.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna come and save you.
Yeah.
As much as you want, as much as you're pleading, begging, this and that.
Yes.
It's just, you gotta be your own man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go do it.
Yes. And some people learn that the hard way, man. It's nobody's gonna give you a handout, and nobody cares.
No, nobody
cares. Sucks that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Besides your family, and maybe friends, a couple friends. You know what I mean? If you're lucky and you have those kind of friends, but nobody really cares, man.
Yeah,
everybody's got their own life going on, and they're not gonna come out and they're not going to help you as much as you expect.
As much
you would think, you know what I mean? Maybe when you're a kid, when I get older, people are going to help me out. No, it's not like that. No, you know what I mean? So go out there and grind and do what you can do. And it's just about a day by day thing. Yeah. And people be another thing we were talking about. I'm 26, you're 25.
Right. Yeah.
Why didn't I start the podcast at 21?
Right. Yeah.
And I think the same thing. I'm like, why didn't I go pro so many years ago? You know what I mean? Or why didn't I do this? It's just a journey, and it's our journey. Yeah. And that's the best part, Our journey is our journey. You know what I mean? When we reach that, we'll reach it. And there's no set time. Just keep grinding. If you really love it, then.
And that's a good point, because I think if you're someone who's going towards the goal and all the time, when you cross paths with people, I think that's for a certain reason. I think it's for a certain reason that they're there backing you, supporting you, doing what you need to do to see the positive outcome for that person.
Yep.
Because I think there's a lot of people with too many bad bones in their body. You know what I mean? Where they're just
help somebody out.
They're waiting for you to you see certain blocks where they wait to see you fail and then tell you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
True that. And instead of having that homie by you that's been real, that's really been real with you, and it's really speaking facts, and is not afraid to tell you, you're messing up. Get back in line. You know what I mean? Get your life back in line.
Yeah.
Until, like you said, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Till homies doesn't have his house or something. You know what I mean?
And I saw a quote that speaks volumes to that same exact point, where it said, a client of yours will become your friend faster than your friend will become a client. Mm-hmm. And that speaks volumes when you think about it. How is the homie that's right by my side all the time throughout this not supporting what I'm trying to do? Right? But some stranger out of the woodwork is you know what? I want to show up, come do more.
You're right.
I want to do more with this.
You're right. So sometimes you're right. That took me a little minute there, but that makes a lot of sense.
Sometimes it's just your environment.
Yeah, I agree. You could know somebody for years and not get the I don't want to say the use out of them. But the connection, we'll say, as somebody you knew for maybe a week or 2 weeks or a month,
As, and I don't want to put it out there to seem like a negative thing.
Right.
But if you are in a certain circle, right, and I'm sure everybody's heard this, that you are having the same conversations every single day for the same amount of years, you need a new circle, bro.
I agree.
Like you need to upgrade to where you're the dumbest guy in the next room, so then you can master that room, become the smartest, and then go to the next one, and then it's a ladder up.
Yeah, I think people's like maybe their ego or something, like they're just too ego fragile to admit that, like, damn, like maybe the people I'm hanging with aren't the best, you know what I mean? But like you said, I've been hanging with for 5 years. Why would I break this up?
Right.
You have to.
Sometimes
if nothing is moving, you got to make a change somewhere. And I just saw this quote on Facebook, this older guy, and he was saying, like, I'm trying to think of what he said. Damn, now I'm drawing a blank.
No, it's okay. You draw blanks sometimes.
I'm trying.
It's just.
But
like, I'd want to see more.
Yeah.
You know, like just more from people. Like I'm not, and listen, in no way am I some guru and I am rich beyond all my. No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying certain things that are gonna be realizations in life for you eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and whether
that's just like you said, realization, reality.
Right, reality. It's reality.
Through, like,
right. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think my biggest regret is that if I was to have one, was like you said, like why didn't I do this earlier?
Yeah.
But then I also see the flip side of that.
Yeah.
And turn that perspective into positive, and that thank God I'm doing it now and not when I'm 47.
Yes.
Because I would hate to wake up on a morning where I'm 47 and being like, dang, oh, I didn't do shit.
Exactly.
Like that's where
at least now you're trying, like,
right. You know what I'm saying? And that I think that's the principle that kind of like fuels me in even more. And you know,
I think a lot of us more need that because, like I said, we're all stuck viewing somebody else. You know, another 26-year-old millionaire. Why am I not?
Yeah.
Take your time, do your own thing. You know what I mean?
Thing,
yeah. And just focus on yourself. Like you said, your podcast is right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're going to go big, let's say, another 5 years.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you waited 20, now you're 46, that 5th year might have never happened.
Yeah.
So right now we're cooking.
Right.
You're cooking up with the podcast.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to keep cooking up with the boxing.
Heck yeah, bro.
And just, God willing, one day, you know, something's going to pop off. And I think the biggest thing with us is, like, we don't do this like I don't fight and stuff to pop off or to become famous or to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Is that the fruits of your labor at the end of the day? Yes, but for something you love, you know what I mean?
Brother, like if I was in this for the money, I
was literally thinking that today.
Bro, I was
dude.
Let me not even like, you know,
like
because you got to have a passion. Like
yes.
The more you chase it, especially, this is what we were talking about earlier too. Especially in the time that we're in, bro. I like if you don't wake up and realize we're in the golden age to be able to have like you could have multiple businesses on the low too. Ain't nobody gotta know shit,
You
bro.
You just come from your 9 to 5, come home, work 5 to 5, another 5 to 9,
5 to 8,
doing your own little business
on your craft, and then boom, and then that's how it is, and then you just. You keep leveling up. You keep networking. You keep saying hey, this and that. That's why kindness does go a long way.
Exactly.
Because you never know when it's going to be reciprocated back to you.
Yes.
So
and that's why I'm a big believer in like paying it forward. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like
for sure.
You're helping me on this podcast. You know what I mean?
Bro.
And something might happen. Something might pay forward to you, yo. You know what I mean? You never know.
It's crazy.
Just paying it forward is huge. Do something out of the kindness of your heart and not looking for something in return. You know what I mean?
And
staying a good human being.
You see a lot of that where they're always expecting something. Yeah. And like I guess throughout life so far, one of the big things I've learned is like even when you're conversating with somebody, you always hear the word I first. Like you said something, but then they're like, they change it back to them. Me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not so I think people listen with the intention to just want to talk back and not with the intent to truly understand and listening to what you're saying.
And give you an honest, real answer.
It's really rare. Like when was the last time you had an honest conversation with somebody or a stranger, let alone?
No, you're right.
You know
everybody seems like just, on autopilot.
That's how it is.
And like you said, you could say something to someone, they're already ready to give you their answer back. You don't even know what I'm going to say yet.
Right.
Like you said, to meet somebody that'll give you a real genuine, like a genuine conversation is very tough. You know.
Yeah, but And you said a point earlier, going back to the boxing.
Yeah.
Where you said muscles don't win fights.
Yes.
And that's huge, right? Because we were just talking about, we're going to dive into it. Okay, we were talking about the Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul fight.
Correct.
Now, obviously, you're talking about muscles, right?
In that case, they won fights.
Right, okay. In that case, fight, yes. All right, yeah.
So, let's dive into that.
But I think that fight was... And it's funny because I said it before, Jake, through his training and everything, he got more muscle, he got more mass.
Correct.
It's noticeable, right?
Yep.
But even with Joshua, standing right next to him,
he looked like a chickpea.
He looks like, oh my god!
Like,
and I don't understand how.
I agree. It's literally, it went from Jake and Tank, Joshua and Jake somehow. Like, how did that happen? But I mean, I don't even know where to begin.
I mean, how many?
But so, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Muscles don't win fights. Let's say so. Let's take it from a non-boxing aspect.
Right,
like,
right.
Let's say we have a bodybuilder A here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to bring boxing into it.
Yeah, we do.
Let's say we have a bodybuilder guy.
Right, yeah.
And we could say, we'll just say, for instance, 185 or so.
Yeah.
Then you have a small boxer who probably never lifted weights in his life. Muscle-ups, pull-ups, only boxing.
Yeah.
He will whoop this bodybuilder guy. And people don't want to believe that. But now...
Yeah.
Take this same small boxer that was fast and lightning. Now start adding muscle to his regimen. Okay. Keep him stretching.
Yeah.
Now you can add muscle strategically.
Yeah.
Then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now that's Joshua's case.
Yeah.
Then you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
He learned boxing from a long time ago, 2012 Olympics.
Yeah.
So, and that's his big frame. He's 6'6". So in that case, he had the skill.
Yeah.
Which that's what it boils down to. We'll say muscle doesn't win fights. It's the skill, but skill added with muscle now.
Dangerous combo.
Now you're in big trouble.
That's crazy.
Now you're Jake Paul.
And now you got your jaw broken.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? We were talking about earlier. I gotta give Jake his props though, because at the same time you went toe to toe with an absolute beast. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just he is just
there's division for a reason.
There's levels.
Jake has some big balls.
Yeah,
that's
I
definite.
think
I wouldn't have went in there, and I'm telling you straight up. Like,
I think
he's got some brass nuts. So what Jake needs to do from here, you know what I mean? If he still wants to box, which I'm sure he does, he just needs to get in his right category. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you said, he did his best to try and bulk up to compete with Joshua.
Yeah,
which I feel like kind of helped him, but didn't in its own way. Because in the previews before the fights, he said, in this camp, we focus more so on muscle and putting muscle mass on than cardio and road work. And I was like, that already shocked me because, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's basically the bodybuilder guy. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're doing your boxing, you want to get your road work and you want to lift to a certain extent. But I get he was trying to match Joshua's muscle, which I don't blame him, but you got to have the cardio and road work, because if he had, he could have did what he did in round 1 and 2. Yeah. Use the ring. And I was surprised he was using the ring. Then he would go in when Joshua wasn't expecting it. Yeah. So he was landing a couple jabs, a couple uppercuts just off the bouncing movement. If he could have kept that up throughout 8 rounds, he could have done a little something more. But the fact that he lasted 6. Yeah. And I mean, nobody expected that.
Nobody expected that. I mean, even getting past the 3rd round, dude, with Joshua was kind of crazy. Yeah. Whether there's the hoax behind it that it was just for money, they're still punching each other square in the face.
Dude, like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and people want to say it's rigged, this and that. Like you said, they're getting punched. He broke his jaw in 2 places.
Like, Jake actually broke his jaw. Like,
so I don't think it was rigged at all, but I just think Jake gave him a problem. In the first couple rounds, because AJ was stalking him, and you could see in the first couple rounds kind of whiffed a couple punches, and Jake was out. AJ don't want to waste his energy doing that, so he waited for the perfect opportunity. So I think he did the right thing, and he took his time. But props to Jake, man, and I'm sure he'll be back and better. You know what I mean? But he needs to come down in his own division. And I mean, he could be stripped and muscular.
I mean, and the way I see Jake, we'll see if he comes back.
Yeah.
Also at the same time, because Smoke. Can you look up what's his record? Jake Paul's record in boxing. Like he hasn't. Is he?
I think this is the only second loss so far.
Is it his second?
Yeah.
It might be his second. We'll see on that though, because I think.
Yeah, because I think Fury was his first.
Ben Askren, right? Tyron Woodley. He went against Mike Tyson.
He fought Woodley twice.
He fought Woodley twice.
Yeah. 12-2 record with 7 knockouts.
Okay, 12-2, 7 knockouts. Okay, but so that's the thing. We'll see if he comes back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Smoke. Yeah, we'll see if he comes back.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing. Now he's done it all. You know what I mean? He's knocked people out.
Yeah.
He's been against the odds. This guy's going to beat me. He's beat them.
Yeah.
Now he really got a taste of boxing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it takes a lot to come from a loss, you know? And I have 3, only in the amateurs, but that it's a win or lose type of situation. So can you come back from that is a big thing. I think he can, but is his mental there? You know what I mean? Jake's got money. He's
that's what. And I was just gonna lead into that. Like bro, the guy is paid off. Whether you want to hate on him or not, like with all the fights he did. I mean, even the first fight, the money generated from that was probably enough to have anybody be like, I don't need to do this ever again.
Exactly. Yes.
So he 100%. Went and did 12-2, 7 knockouts. So imagine the accumulated numbers.
Yeah. That's another 13 fights that he did, all probably making millions. Like and that's true too. He never had to do what he's doing now.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to give him nothing but props for him. You know what I mean? I feel like the way he's going about it will say, you know what I mean? Like, would I get as big of a rise as him? Probably not. You know what I mean? So that's probably where other boxers as well as myself, you know what I mean? Who are still in the amateurs coming up in the Olympics doing their national thing. And they see Jake Paul and he's on this huge stage to where, you know what I mean? Even some professional boxers still have 15 fights. Nobody knows their name.
Nobody knows their
name. 15-0, nobody knows their name. But that's probably why he gets a bad name. But he's doing his thing. He's putting the time in. And like you said, we'll see where he comes back after this. Like,
and I think, you know, his rise to fame before the boxing obviously helped.
Yeah.
Because he had an amassed following where even he could have done fucking professional skydiving for all I know. And he would have had 10 million people behind him, you know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. So basically anything you picked up on, because he had such money, which helps anybody, you know what I mean? It's going to help you get in the door.
Yeah. And I know his brother fought like once.
Yeah.
Was it?
I know it was. He definitely fought. I know he fought Mayweather.
Okay.
But I don't know if he fought anybody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think he only had the one fight, maybe.
Bro.
And then he went to WWE.
Yeah, he did, right? Like, he was like, fuck this. I'm going to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I'm going to get a check from Raw.
Exactly. Forget getting punched in the face. Like, nah.
Yeah. But, Oh, and speaking of Mayweather.
Yeah.
We were talking about, like, certain boxers where their defense is immaculate. And, like, I think when you talk about Mayweather.
Yeah.
Bro, his slips where he's just,
dude,
and then he'll just like, oh my god,
dude, he will
crazy.
He will be there for you to punch him, and you punch, and he's not there no more, and he's countering you, bang, just dude, master boxer.
Holy heck!
And you know, we were talking about Mayweather earlier, but now that we're on here, I want to bring up James Toney as well. I don't know if you've ever heard of James Toney, but dude. He don't call it the Mayweather, and he'll get tight if you call it the Mayweather defense. James Toney is slick with it, and just that type of defense comes from countering and being comfortable in the pocket to be able to roll off your opponent's punches. So it's something that takes confidence and skill, and James Toney did it. You know, Mayweather in our generation did it, and it's just slick, dude. It's hard to master, but it's slick. And if you can get it, bro, like you just look beautiful doing it.
You're in there,
you know.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like, and I guess you, through a boxer's perspective, do you think the game of boxing do you think it's just become a money sport now? Or do you think people do genuinely come to watch it just for pure sport? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you're saying. I think it's a little bit of both, I feel like now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you have people like, let's say, Alexander Usyk or Tyson Fury.
Yep.
Dude, I'm sure they'll go in there and do it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about the money with them. But then you got these people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could put Tank and stuff in the talk, but people that are, I want X amount to fight you, or I'm not going to fight you until I get that amount.
Yeah.
Or if I'm fighting you, I want 50%.
Yeah.
Yo, back in the day, Marvis Hagler and Tommy Hearns, bro, they were not worried about that. They wanted to be the best, and they would get it on. No money amount. So I feel like now it's definitely, I mean, it's 50-50 because like I said, you still have some of the people that really, truly, genuinely, like, they'll get it on for free and for the people. But there's people out there that they want that paycheck and they want the M's, you know what I mean? And they
like, the way I see it, if whether, you know, passion is your motivation, if money is your motivation, I don't care what the hell it is, as long as it's something that's fueling you towards your goals.
100%.
Go ahead, bro.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's the most. It just sounds bad to say.
No,
I like
it
I don't
does,
care.
but it doesn't in a because if you really want that money that bad,
bro,
and it's gonna wake you up every day, and I'm gonna work toward that money.
Hell yeah,
go for it. Dude,
I don't care if it's an evil thought that like you want to get rich and famous so you can flex on a old ex. This is, if that's your
that's
fuel,
the motivation.
Go ahead, bro.
Yes.
Go ahead. I don't care. Stunt on
Find
them,
the
flex
motivation
on them,
and go with it, dude. No matter what it is. I 100% agree with that, man.
You know, but I think, you know,
when it comes from, I only want to do this for money, you know what I mean? Which I feel like was happening when Jake started getting into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They see Jake Paul fighting, I want to become a fighter. Then you see the real fighting, is the money that worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right?
So, the money, like, I mean, depending on the reason, it'll weed you out of whatever it is, you know what I mean? Depending on what profession it is.
For sure.
Yeah, but I think definitely just being passionate about you know what I mean? Passion is what's going to bring it. And like you said, being consistent every day. And the reason that this year that's huge for me is because, you know, let's see, I suffered a loss last year in March. And it was a huge, big ordeal, man. You know, stuff happened in the crowd. So, and it was a USA Adirondack. You know what I mean? It was just big time, you know, so trying to get fights after that locally, nobody was trying to hear from us, you know what I mean? Even though it wasn't our fault. You know what I mean? I'm going to say straight up. They still were kind of like boycotting us from getting on any of these local fights. So come this year, I finally find a fight out in New Jersey. You know what I mean? In August. And I was saying around March. I'm always training. You know what I mean?
All the time,
But around March, I'm like, you know what? Let me just get on a scale real quick, see where I'm at. You know what I mean? I haven't had a fight in a while. I'm always training. Let me say that. You know what I mean?
Always.
But I just want to say that. But I got on the scale.
Yep.
And I saw 199, dude, and I'm just like, bro. Now, which isn't bad, but for me it is, you know?
Yeah.
I fight at 65.
It's different.
And just walking around like that, you know what I mean? After being athletic and stuff, you know, and I came from 230 to 170. Maintained for years, you know what I mean? But just stuff happens, you know what I mean? You get lax. And what it is a diet mainly, you know what I mean? You could train, but if your diet's ass, you're not going to lose no weight.
Yeah, man.
So once I saw that in March of this year, that's when I became consistent. And every single day I was putting something in. I did not want to see 200 on that scale. When I saw that, bro, every day, anytime I wanted to snack, I thought about 199 in my head
twice.
And just consistency kept me, and it's keeping me going right now. You know what I mean? So I went from 199, found the fight in August, and they let me come in at 176. So you know what I mean? I was like, perfect. I don't want to cut that much weight anyway. You know what I mean? And I was more so focused on fighting at 165 when I was a little bit younger. You know what I mean? But now I know that fighting, let's say at 175 or so, not going too heavy because you know they get taller or whatever the case may be. Just more natural people at that weight, you become a disadvantage. So that's why I was like, all right, 175 is not bad. You know what I mean? So that's what I fought this fight at. So I was 23 pounds, fought, and then lost a decision there. So, and that fucking sucked, dude. But to get back in the sport, you know what I mean? After what happened in March of last year, that was just what I really wanted, to be back in the ring. So even after that fight, instead of gaining the weight back, I stayed consistent again. I was supposed to fight in October. on the south side. They had a fight, dude.
Yeah.
And 2 days somebody pulled out, or maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then 2 days before, another guy pulled out, dude. And my team was tired of the games, dude. So we ended up not fighting there.
Yeah.
But I've just still been consistent, and I've been keeping consistency. Like you said, every day I try and make a small change. You know, I try and do something instead of being like, well, you know, I don't got no fights coming up or nothing like that. Let me lax. No, you know, let me keep myself ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that way the camp doesn't become about losing weight.
Yeah.
The focus on now sharpness and, you know what I mean, more skill. And within that training, you're going to lose 15 pounds. You
Definitely.
know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
10, 12 pounds.
It's ridiculous.
And if you're carrying not so much weight, like I was 199, 15 pounds, I'll be down to 165 quick. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I think that's a big thing. Just
and that's another thing where I think in most sport, like, okay, I play a lot of soccer.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody that knows me,
yeah.
You know. You know, so when you talk about cutting weight, you literally have to be fit.
Yeah.
You got to be fit to get on the pitch first off. Like
for soccer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you have to be, especially nowadays, professional game. Like if you can't do 8 40-kilometer sprints under a certain time, if you can't do an overlapping run, if you can't, you're really of no use.
Really?
But like and that's the reality of the game.
Yeah.
You know, like you have certain players where they have certain different traits and attributes, but if you don't meet a core criteria under the system that the manager has put in place,
and that they
you're
want
not
to see,
because
then
let's be honest, coaches, you know, I'm a coach myself, you know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, the empathy factor is you can feel bad for a player, but you also it's your job to win.
Yeah,
it's your job to get wins,
especially at that level.
I can't I can't necessarily. And don't get me wrong, I love all my guys.
Right.
I genuinely like. There's not I love all my guys. I love teaching. I love
for sure.
You know, and I'm not a Pep Guardiola who's a super famous man. A genius in football, tactic wise, but I do try my best with what I know
for sure.
So that's where it's like you going into anything, any sport, any professional thing, you have to meet a certain criteria.
Yep.
Or else 100%. You will not be used or utilized.
Yep. Or you're not going to be 100%
right
at that sport. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean? And I 100% agree with that. And like you said, you feel empathetic, but you really can't because you want to win your games, man. And it's like, if you have somebody that's straggling, why would I have this guy when I have this guy?
And like with soccer, it's a team sport, so you have to have 11 gladiators on the pitch. But with boxing, I think the thing with boxing is that it's so primal in a way. It's so one-on-one. It's either I win or you lose. That like it forces you to give you your all.
Yes.
Every single time you have to drop every drain of sweat. You got to drop every hook. You got to drop every jab.
Yeah.
And just if you get hit the wrong way, you get hit, and you just gotta face it.
Yeah, like, and there's no way to pick it up for you.
There's no way, you know what I'm saying?
And and like you said, depending on your criteria, for you need 11 strong guys. You know what I mean? Even 1 weak link could fuck you up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I don't know if could we swear on here?
Yeah, go ahead. Imagine it's like Disney Channel just censored. It's like you can't say that, bud. Like no.
I just got truthfully canceled for life. Like
no, imagine.
So having 1 weak link will mess you up. So in a boxing standpoint, my links is you know what I mean, myself. You know, and that comes back to self accountability.
Yeah.
And I feel it in myself. That's why I know other people can. Yeah, you know what I mean? Definitely. When I'm in there training, I know when I'm training like ass. Or I know when I need to step it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can either continue to lie to yourself and say, I'm like, oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm in here.
Yep.
I'm in here. I'm going through the steps, let's say. True. Or having self-accountability. Let me put myself, let me be in here. Yeah. Like, let me put myself in here. I'm not just doing the motions. I'm actually working. Yeah. I'm in here working. Yeah. So that's where self-accountability comes in because some people will just, I'm fine with doing this little bit. No. Where if I feel that myself, you're being lazy. Now I'm on my shit. You know what I mean? Now, no. I don't want him to get me. So that's what a fighter needs to have in him. Or like I said, any profession, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like your soccer players, they need to lock that position down.
Yep.
as best as they can. You know what I mean?
Like,
and that's what they need to have their mind on.
Yeah, it's the bare minimum. Like,
yeah,
you have to. The challenge in training is to make my spot irreplaceable.
Yes.
To so that any manager, any coach comes in, you know what? You're not taking my spot for shit.
Yup. And you're willing to fight for it as well.
You gotta have that fire in you.
Yeah. 100%.
Because I remember times when I was a player. The number one thing I regretted is that I didn't have enough of that, if anything. Or I was too young to realize that if I put in the work how I really need to, I could get so far.
Yes.
Right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like,
yeah.
Now that I'm a coach, I can say that to the players that don't get it yet. You know, whereas when I was a player, there really wasn't a coach and manager to be like, hey, can you like, you know, or here, this is what I just need you. No, I never had that. It was just me struggling to just try my freaking best and just see what happens.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So
I think coming up how you came up, and coming up how your players are coming up, I think that's kind of the best of both worlds because you kind of got it from the grit. Yeah, like you said, you didn't have nobody telling you, yo, if you maybe 10 minutes after practice do this, do that. You know what I mean? You'll be better. But you learn that by yourself from the grit. You know what I mean? Like maybe if I did go home and do this, you know, like, you instilled that in yourself if you did. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now, like you said, you could stem it into your young players. And dude, that's just gonna, you know what I mean? They could be the next big thing, all because of you told them, yo, add a little bit extra, and you'll be phenomenal.
And I want that for all my guys. You know, like not to dive too much into it, but like this past season, these guys are so talented, man. Yeah. Like it's just so talented, and I know
when is, I don't mean to cut you off, but when's the soccer season? It's not. Now.
It's mostly in the fall.
Oh, okay.
Like, well, at least for academic. It's mostly like preseason could start as early with some schools as early as like end of July for certain camps. But ours started around beginning of August.
Okay.
And
so even before school starts.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
And we'll have preseason, we'll have Hell Week and all that.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll go all the way depending on where you rank in the league. And how many wins you get, you'll go further and further.
Yeah.
Like the Nationals this year, I think it was in Texas.
Oh, shit.
It would have been in Texas.
Oh crap.
So if that was the case where we went all the way, it would have been huge.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But
you were saying you had some
the
good
talent.
Guys. Like,
It's the talent is there.
Yeah.
And I think, as sports go, these kids that are the kids who really hone in on their craft. Yeah. The talent is undefeated, man. Like you just see these athletes evolve more and more and more.
Yes.
Like these, even with boxers, they get more and more lethal every year.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy the evolution of like I genuinely wonder if a Ali in his prime, could he go toe to toe with a Canelo today? I don't know. Ali's the greatest, but Canelo can fucking box. At the same time,
yes.
I don't know.
Right.
It just goes to show the generational differences.
Yes, for sure. And like you said, the evolution. Yeah. Everything is evolving, bro. Huge. And it's just great because the sport that we know, the sport that you know of soccer, in another 10, 20 years could be different. Boxing could be different. You know what I mean?
Bro, like next year, we'll have the World Cup in America.
Dude.
When
is that first or
when was the last time? Smoke. Can we look up? Yeah, can we if there's when was the last World Cup in the USA? Has that ever happened?
Where they usually
that
held?
Might have been some 90s shit.
No,
there's no way. There's probably some 1964 bullshit, like literally. It had to have been
1994, hosted by the US.
Woo! Dang,
it was
94.
Holy crap!
Attendance records in soccer popularity.
Holy heck!
Yo,
Brazil.
That's wild, bro.
Brazil
and there hasn't been since.
Oh, of course they did. Of course Brazil won. It's Brazil.
See, I'm not big into soccer like that. So
the next USA will be hosted in 2026.
Yeah, I mean,
no, really?
It's crazy. Mexico versus Canada.
Yep.
That's wild.
And these countries will bid on where they want the next World Cup to be.
Oh, really?
Like like, okay,
I thought it was
like the
winter.
World Cup will be 2026, right? But they're already bidding for like 2034 type shit.
Oh crap!
Because like
This
you have to
early.
think about it. If you're a country, right, you want to bring in tourism, you want to bring in revenue. What's a better way to do that than the
to have the
biggest
World
sport in
Cup.
the world
Yo.
and have a World Cup?
You're right.
So like
They're
summer
just all
of
fighting for it, kind of like.
this is all I'm gonna say. Summer of 2026 is about to be a wild fucking summer.
No.
You got the World Cup. You have absolute superstars where in the outside, I always call America this bubble. Because, like, us as Americans, we really don't know shit that's going on outside in the world sometimes.
No, you're right.
So, here in America, it's soccer, but everywhere else, it's football. So, football is the biggest grossing sport.
Hands down?
I mean,
really?
I think
Even
hands
over
down.
American
I think
football.
NFL is starting to get up there more because now they're having NFL games out in the UK and stuff.
Oh, okay. So now they're kind of
so it's
expanding,
kind of branching out.
Yeah, yeah.
But football just dominates, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if
That's
you
wild, man. I'm not really like.
Yeah.
I see soccer's big, you know what I mean? If people
Yeah.
get into it, but I never knew it was that.
like
that
watch,
big,
I
like-
bet now that we're talking with how they be listening in, bro,
Oh, yeah.
on your
My
For Your
TikTok,
page,
Shoop, shoop.
Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, bro.
Yo, no
They're
joke.
all gonna be there, bro. I
That's a
guarantee.
fact, dude.
I guarantee. Isn't it crazy how they be listening,
Dude,
bro?
talk about anything.
Ads,
And, yo,
I say Subway. I guarantee you, when I get home, I'm gonna see a Subway ad.
Dude, that's
I'm gonna
a
see a
fact.
6 foot long
yes.
on my TV.
2 for $5.
2
on
for
your-
$5. Get your $9.99 piece right now,
No, that's a fact, dude.
bro. they
Bro,
be
that
fucking-
is actually sketchy. You know
It
what
is.
I mean?
I think there's mics in our phones.
Dude,
I think
yeah.
I think they just got it, bro. They're just the CIA, FBI. I shouldn't have even said that.
No.
Actually, they're gonna bust through
Shut it
my
down.
door.
Nah.
Night. I'm gonna just disappear.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Nah, we shouldn't
Bro.
air this, I don't think.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But I also know, like, going back to boxing.
Yeah.
I wonder, Smoke. Can we look up what's the highest paid fight in boxing history? Like, who's the boxer that got? Because they're throwing money. They throw
Dude, especially
silly
now.
money, bro.
I don't know. I want to put a guess, but I don't know. Because, like you said, they're throwing money now.
It's kind of ridiculous. I mean,
I want to say Mayweather, maybe.
You're right. It says the highest paid boxer of all time, Universal, is Mayweather. He ended up doing 1 billion so far in his career.
Bro.
He averages about 250 to 3 million a fight.
Damn!
50 and up.
ooh. All right. I mean,
You're fighting him to get a payday at that point. Like, God.
bro. You just
Yo.
gotta knock out a toe to get a percentage.
Yes, like-
That's all you gotta do,
Him
bro.
and Pacquiao was the highest
that-
pay-per-view event.
That was a good one.
And what were we talking about earlier?
Hell yeah.
I was
They went
there
for
for that
Pacquiao,
fight.
yeah.
I was like, what year was that? 2012? I was like 12 years old, just so excited for Pacquiao to knock him out.
Yeah.
And
Nah,
it was the complete
2012
opposite.
maybe?
Was it
No,
2012?
maybe 14.
Or was it
15 or
2014,
something.
2015? It was around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more
I'm trying to
close.
remember what house I was living in.
Yeah, I was like,
I gotta stem
which
back in my
block was
memory.
I
Like,
at?
yeah,
Like,
word.
nah.
Yeah, no, that was
I remember
some time
that.
ago, but no, I was excited for that too, dude. And
Bro.
I feel like Manny was supposed to do it.
Manny
a
was
lot
supposed
of
to
people
do it.
were supposed to do
but
it.
this, we go, and then again, we
Like-
go back to defense.
Yeah,
Mayweather, bro.
Yep.
Like, hands down. What are
Defense,
you
like-
supposed to do?
that's what.
Like,
how are you
you're-
gonna catch him?
You're actually, mind you,
Yeah.
you're a professional boxer. You know how to throw these jabs.
Exactly.
And for some reason, they are not hitting.
Dude.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's frustrating. And I'll tell you, I've been there, and it's frustrating, bro. Not at that level. You hope to land a shot or two, but yo, Mayweather
Bro.
make you miss all day. And the thing about him is,
Yeah.
and James Toney as well. I like to
Yeah.
put him in there because he's a shoulder roll king too. But it's the counter shots. He'll make you miss as well, but they
Yeah.
roll and they're coming back with that too.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? They'll jab you.
Yeah.
Parry, roll, come back with that roll, or
Yeah.
roll here, come back with the hook. Like, bro, you're missing, and you're so far in that you get counter bang. Like,
Bro, I couldn't imagine if
Dude.
I'm in a fight with a dude, right? I go to punch you 4 different times in 4 different locations, and my ass missed 4 different times in 4 different spots. I'm just walking away from the fight. I'm like, what am I even doing here, dog?
At that point, you take a deep ass breath.
No sense. I'm gonna just take the L. I'm gonna shake your hand, have a good day, and go back the fuck home.
You don't even have to throw no punches, yo. Leave it to me, missing my punches.
Oh my God.
Nah.
Would you fight like Mayweather or something for a payday?
No, I would do it for the payday.
Question.
You know what I mean? Nah, I would take I would take the Jakes. Yeah, I would take the Pauls for sure. Yeah, I think about that all the time.
I take Logan. I take Logan because he's like the least, experienced somewhat.
You know what I mean? But Jake is big. I would have my shit.
Like with Logan, I think he can move around faster.
He's
slow.
He is.
He's a little slow. Right. I think Logan is a little more. He has like that tall, slim athleticism.
True.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
is, and that's what helps him in wrestling now too. But no, you can see he's quick with his hands. Logan, yeah,
he really.
But
is.
I mean, either one of those boys would be.
Your next fight?
I've got nothing yet, but hopefully early next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was telling him, man. Just trying to stay consistent, keep my weight within my fight weight. You know what I mean? And just keep strong and keep training.
How do you look for a person like it? Is it the promoter?
Right now they do it a bunch of different ways. Like they have me go. I just told him. My bad. I just told him I fought in August out in Jersey. I had to go on this weird website, and you kind of just enter your boxers in, and they choose from a list.
Yeah. See, it's
all within kind of like experience. So like over 10 fights, 10 and over, you can fight anybody with 100, 200 fights, but 10 and under.
Yeah.
They keep you they keep you within. But
makes sense.
Yeah, I actually end up going open class, which is ended up my 7th fight, I believe. Yeah, I had 7 fights at the time.
Right.
So my 8th fight was open class, just because I was training at this place. I told them I was ready to go pro.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you ready to go pro? All right, let's see what the open class is like."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like my first loss, the one that I took last year. And the dude had like 30 fights that USA knew about, and dude was fighting underground and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I wasn't fighting in a while, or actually, I think only maybe 4 or 5 months at this time going into this fight.
Yeah.
But I was in great shape for this one, and I think dude's experience just took over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And come to find out, he had his own little like podcast thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at my fight that we were at, and he was fighting me, he's got YouTube going on, him and his girl.
Nice.
And they record it, and then they put the fight up on YouTube. So he had our fight on there, and it was sick. It was a good fight, but that was another split decision, bro.
Yeah.
It just sucks. But it used to be like you go and weigh in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, like after COVID, they kind of have you match up first.
Yeah.
And then they'll just have whoever's matched up. Go ahead, you weigh in. As long as you weigh in good, then you go and fight.
Yeah.
So
easy peasy.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it's cool how they have a system set up to where like if you are looking for a fight, you can.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's what I like too. You know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily show up and hope that I hope somebody hears my weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even sometimes now, like I said, even now, 2 days before my fight, the opponent pulled out. Yeah. So with the amateurs, you never really know because you're not contracted to anything. Yeah. So people get cold feet, or like one dude that pulled out 2 weeks, he was going to the army. Yeah. So you never really know with these people. So when you go pro, that's more contracted. Yeah, man. So
and that's the goal, bro.
Yeah.
It's to go pro, get it over the line. 100%. And, brother, here at Troofalay, I know the guys aren't able to make it, but obviously, bro, we wish nothing but the best for you.
Thank you, man.
And
maybe we'll do a part 2, man, with the whole gang, dude, because this was fun, man.
I know you'll go all the way.
Yeah.
And, the fights that are going to come, I know you're going to get those W's and go all the way.
Thank you, boy.
So I thank you, my guy, for coming.
Always, man.
This was fun.
Sure was.
To y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to put Norb's socials in the description down below. And thank y'all. We love y'all. Oh, my bad. Have a lovely Christmas. Have a happy New Year. Thank you guys so much for a good year so far.
Yeah.
And 2026 is about to be a banger.
Absolutely.
So
we're coming hard.
Y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you to Norb.
Thank you guys.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Woo!